Okay, so who am I asking questions to? So who's not permitting me to ask questions? And who's you? Okay, so David Stark is not going to permit me to ask questions. Is there any other members of the committee that would be willing to answer questions? Let's go person by person. Steve Jacobson, are you there? So who am I going to be asking questions to? I understand that you, David Stark, are. Can I finish my? Don't interrupt me. And who made that decision? Okay, so your personal decision, David Stark, is that I'm not permitted to ask you questions or any other members of the commission. Now I think that sounds like your personal decision. So my question is there any member of the Supreme Court Advisory Commission that will permit me to ask questions? Okay, so no one on the Supreme Court Advisory Committee is going to permit me to ask some questions. Let me ask. Here's a very simple one. What do the CBA principles of professionalism say? Has anyone read the CBA principles of professionalism? Apparently not. Has anyone read the OARC mission statement? Steve Jacobson, have you read the OARC mission statement? Allison Zinn, Adam Espinosa, Andrew McCallan. Has anyone read the OARC mission statement? Okay, let's try another question. 2 years ago, Brian Boatwright stood up in front of the entire legislature, the General Assembly, and said, "We're putting a face on the system with more transparency, accountability, and fairness." Does anyone on the Supreme Court Advisory Committee agree with Brian Boatwright, pledged to the entire General Assembly? So no one agrees. No one agrees with Brian Boatwright. Are any Supreme Court justices there? Maria Birkenkotter, Justice Hood. Is Justice Hood there? Is just. Okay. So do you agree with Brian Boatwright, pledged to the entire General Assembly? Yeah, so my question to you, Maria Birkenkotter, is do you agree with Brian Boatwright? And who does that? Yeah, I understand David Stark has decided that I'm not personally permitted to ask questions to members of the Supreme Court Advisory Committee. Nonetheless, I'm asking Maria Birkenkotter if she agrees with Brian Boatwright. Maria Birkenkotter, do you agree with Brian Boatwright? Is Justice Hood there? Do you agree with the Colorado Bar Association principles of professionalism? Okay, so Justice William Hood refuses to comment on whether he agrees with the principles of professionalism of the Colorado Bar Association. What is your view? Is your view that I'm permitted to ask you questions or I'm not permitted to ask?